He was asked about the no huddle and what difference it makes on offense.
Okay.
And James Washington seemed very fond of it. He was like, every time we do it, Ben, he could see the mismatches in our personnel versus the defensive personnel. He can make things happen. And he's like, it seems like every time we do it, we get a big play. We can change the momentum and we score. So I think that naturally brings up,
why don't we do it more?
Should we be doing no more huddle?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for it. I'm always all for it. If it gives Ben the opportunity to just run the offense however he wants, I'm always all for that. But I do think Canada's been doing good things throughout this year.
Yeah, I do too, man.
I don't want to take anything away from him.
No, I think
last game was terrible, though.
You got to have a balance, though, bro. That's my thing. Like, if you're just going to operate exclusively out of no huddle, it loses the effect of the no huddle. The no huddle, like I said, it works so well because typically you're catching teams off guard. You're catching them and they're forced to stay locked in one defense, which for the quarterback makes it a lot easier because okay, if they're in cover 3 every time, I'm going to pick matchups. If they're going to play cover 2 every time, because most teams, if they're not knowing that you're going to run empty or no huddle the whole game, they're only going to have 1 to 2 empty checks because you're not going to utilize it a lot. It's usually 1 or 2 series in a game. So once you find out what that check is going to be, you find out within the first play. So from there, all right, you're going to run this route, you run that route, you run that route, you run that route. Oh, they in that same defense again. All right, we're going to switch it up. Now you're going to go there. That's how simple it becomes. But that changes when you get a defense that is prepared for it. Like I said, I tell you our story all the time about it took New England kicking our butt, running no huddle in the opener for us to start putting in a full no huddle package of hand signals. And that changed everything when teams would try to go tempo against, because it was like, we're not going to sit in the same call. And we're going to find out how smart that quarterback is when we showing them blitz, but we really dropping it over here. When we showing them coverage, but we really coming. It's a lot easier to do that when you got that guy in the booth talking to you a little bit. When you trying to do it on the field and it's on tempo and you're going, it's way more difficult to do. And for the defense, we get more of an advantage that way. So that's the only part when you start trying to operate in it exclusively. If a team prepares for it, it puts a lot more pressure on Ben from a mental perspective.
How often are we doing it in the first half? Is it really just before halftime?
Usually right before halftime.
We might need
and then
to
in the
sprinkle
fourth
it in a
quarters,
little bit more. That's all.
And then in the fourth quarters, we do it usually late when we're trailing. And it's like, all right, we really got to start coming back. We down 2 scores. Like most of the time, we don't really operate in it though.
I think we should sprinkle it in maybe a little bit in the first quarter.
But in Ben's career, it has been times where he's operated with a no huddle, and it wasn't your basic end of the half, end of the game. So I don't know why they've gotten away from it all the way to where they are right now. But I do agree with you. Like, man, if you sprinkle it in once or twice a quarter, it can be very impactful and very helpful, especially for an offense like ours that we see at times can be very inconsistent. So, yeah, I definitely think that could work, though.
We saw it the one time. Was it the Ravens game? That we were at the home game?
I think it was, yeah.
I don't know if it was necessarily no huddle, but they had the formation.
Tempo, though.
They had the formation where they had Derek Watt. They had heavy personnel. It was Derek Watt, Fryer moves, was Najee out there, and then we did it 5 wide. I'd like to see that type of stuff.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, and especially whenever they first decide to do it, like if they say, hey, we're going to do it this game, and they don't say anything about it, it would work great this game, and they'll probably have a lot of success this game. Then from there, you either have to decide, okay, are we going to build a package out of this and operate exclusively out of this so all of us can be on the same page going forward? Or are we going to dial it back and go back to what we've been doing? Because eventually, like I said, the more he puts that on tape, the more teams are going to start to expand that empty package. And then it doesn't become as easy as it has been for the offense. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today's episode is brought to you by DraftKings Casino and some of the awesome things they're doing over there with that app. I mean, you can do your slot games, your table games, plenty of options right there on their app. It's a cool concept. It's pretty simple. Also, man, I'm talking, you play a little blackjack, do whatever you want. That's the dope part about it.
Why waste your gas and go to an actual casino when you just do it on your phone?
Exactly. It makes it that much simpler, my friends. And as we always talk about, when we're going to talk about anything, we have to have a promo code, some type of hookup for you, okay? And with DraftKings Casino, it's the holiday season, so they're extra giving. If you use the promo code MOATS when you first sign up, you will receive $2,000 in deposit bonus money. Essentially, you put in $2,000, they'll put in an extra $2,000. You put in $1,000, they'll put in an extra $1,000. Whatever you do up to $2,000 on your initial deposit, and you put that promo code MOATS, and DraftKings Casino will match it. It is a awesome Awesome concept. So stop wasting time. Download the app. Use the promo code and get an opportunity to make a little money. But what we do know is this, though, Deke. Sometimes people struggle with, gambling.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might need crisis counseling. Sometimes you might even need referral services, Deke. And you know what I would tell them?
What's that?
If you have a problem, you better call 1-800-GAMBLER. I say 1-800-GAMBLER. I say 1-800-426-2537.